But number two for me is Wicked. And Wicked, I still wasn't enjoying. I give Wicked 2.5 stars, so it's almost a good movie. It's very close to getting a positive review, but I saw this in the theater. In fact, there's only two movies I saw in the theater were the top two. Surprising, or not surprising enough, were the top two on my list. But for me, Wicked, I didn't care for the story that much. I've never seen the musical before, so this is my introduction to the musical. I didn't really care for the characters that much. I didn't think the performances were that great. They're just okay. The music to me was just okay. I wasn't as like uh wowed by the music, except for the last number. Defying Gravity was definitely the best song, and Cynthia Rivio, whatever, sang it really well. And that part was definitely the best part of the movie, I would say. But I don't know. For the most part of the movie, I just was not really into it, story wise or anything. Um, the best positives I say about the movie is that it was visually really well done. I think the production design is really good. The costume designs is really good. Um, I think the makeup worked really good. I love Emerald City. Emerald City was to me the best part when they would go to Emerald City, because it's the design of Emerald City was really cool. Like, so the costuming, the design sets, all that stuff was definitely like really great. I think visually. I don't know. For me, to me, it's a bit overhyped movie, or it's a very overrated movie. Again, it's at number two just because, again, it wasn't boring necessarily. It was a little long, if I remember right, but it wasn't boring, and it had some music numbers and dance numbers that kept me kind of into it and all that. So it's here at number two, even though I still didn't give uh, a good review on my channel. Number one, you know what number one is. It's my favorite movie of the year. Actually got nominated for Best Picture, which I'm so happy, and that is A Complete Unknown. The Bob Dylan biopic with Timothy Chalamet. Got the lead, Edward Norton in there as well. Elle Fanning. I forget the girl that plays Joan Baez. Really good as well. Overall, really great performances. And being a Bob Dylan fan, I love the performance. The musical performances were so good. I mean, there's so many great Bob Dylan songs that the song here. Chalamet, to me, the best performance of the year. I like it even better than Adrian Brody, though. I thought Brody did a good job. But Chalamet just became Bob Dylan, and it is just not his singing. I mean, we know he can sing, he can play guitar, Timothy Chalamet, so he was just the right guy for this role, I thought. And he had the look, too. The look was great. He was talented enough to do the Bob Dylan music stuff and really sound like Bob Dylan. And it's just his mannerisms, though. The way he talked, his mannerisms, it felt like Bob Dylan. So it's one of those where, man, great job at Timothy Chalamet. Sometimes I'm not a big fan of him, but there's times where I'm like, oh, he's young, he's very talented, and he did a good job here. But again, this is one of the things where I really love the subject matter. Again, like most of the movies I've dogged on, or because I didn't care for the story. This, I really love the story. It's about Bob Dylan when he first came on the scene to when he became like a really big name in music. So I love that you see the arc of that character going from a nobody to very famous, and seeing how that affects him, and his attitude and all that. And just see how he changed music, because the big thing about Bob Dylan, he's one of the biggest. I mean, if you don't know Bob Dylan, he changed music. I mean, he was a folk singer, and then he went to folk rock, and he took folk music to a different level. And his songwriting was so unusual at the time, I think, and so groundbreaking that almost any musician at that time looks at Bob Dylan as an inspiration. And definitely one of the most inspiring musicians we've ever had, in what he did and how he just did the non-conventional stuff, and it worked, I think, for him. So I think it's a very important story to be told if you like music, and I'm a big music guy. So for me, it was like a really cool story that I'm glad they told it, and it worked for me. Of course, it's like I said, it's a 4.5 out. It's a 4.5 star movie for me. It's my favorite movie of 2024. And it's funny because I looked at the 9 movies, 8 of them I did not like. A lot of them I thought were just some of the worst movies of the year, and they get nominated. But there's one movie that I really liked, luckily, and that's Complete Unknown. And even second place, Wicked, it was 2.5 star movie. So there's a 2 star difference between the best and second best. That's just how bad movies are. As far as Academy gets nominated, it's like I just hate why the Academy nominates these really terrible movies is just beyond me. But I give them credit. They at least got one right, and that was Complete Unknown. That was such a great movie experience, getting to see that. Anyway, so yeah, no surprise. Complete Unknown's my favorite movie that got nominated for Best Picture anyway. So those are my reviews of of those 9 movies. Please feel free to comment what do you think. I know there's going to be some surprises maybe of what I said, but some hot takes. But comment what was your favorite movie that got nominated or how you rank these movies. Love to read your comics. And thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you for liking it. Please enter into the predicting Oscar contest. I really appreciate everybody that has. And just thank you so much to all the subscribers for supporting the channel. I appreciate y'all and hope you have a good week and a good weekend.